Okay, welcome to my course. This is a free course, and it's everything you need to know about citizenship, taxation, your status as an American, what it means, etc., 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 etc. This is the intro video. I don't want to make this super boring or long, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. There's some things you need to know about this course in order to go through this course. So let's just start off and get right into it. If you want to know more about me, too bad. I'm one stupid fuck, and my name is Brandon-Joe Williams. So that's pretty much all you need to know about me. And then you can go to www.onestupidfuck.com. Basically, all the videos in this course are based off of my state national theory page, which is all text-based. It's about the size of a book. And a lot of this course, or pretty much all of this course, is going to be built based off of that information. I also have a state national resources section on my website as well with links, documents, definitions, quotes, case law, etc. So you're more than welcome to go on there. Check that out as well. But let's just go through some of the basic points that you need to know in order to even go through this course without going insane. Okay? So first and foremost, this course is going to piss you off probably more than you've ever been pissed off in your entire life. And I mean literally to the point where you're going to probably have horrible things going through your mind as you're going through this course because you're going to be so emotionally upset and angry. And right away, right out the gate, I want to be super ultra clear. Please don't do anything rash. Don't, revenge and the idea of revenge and that kind of thing. It's so not helpful. It's so ineffective. It's just terrible. Revenge. Now they want revenge for your revenge. It's like, human relations is a situation where we have a tendency to just go back and forth until everything under the sun, moon, and stars has been wiped away. And that's not really my point of this whole course. Okay. I am the founder of what's called the Amnesty Coalition. Okay. The word coalition means a temporary group made up of people who may not be very similar, who may be very, very different, who are coming together temporarily to fight a common cause or a common enemy. Amnesty, the word amnesty means that you're basically forgiving people. It's sort of more of a legal or military term used to describe dude, if you did this, if you did that, whatever. Let's all just put our fucking guns down and move on with our lives. That is where I'm at with all of this, and I really don't want this course to create some kind of militia type situation or some kind of horrific blowback, vengeful type situation. I don't condone that. I don't support it. I don't want to see it. I will frown on any of that, and I am the founder of the Amnesty Coalition, and that is what I'm going to be doing with all of this information. Education is the key. Educate your friends. Educate your family. There is going to be fear. There is going to be anger. Mitigate it. We're going to be going into trust law a lot, and trust law is the basis of basically everything. And the basis of that basis is the fact that when you tear someone else down, they're going to turn around and tear somebody else down. There is a ripple effect. There is a lot of this kind of thing. So just don't get into that. And it's going to be hard because this course is going to, I'll bet you'll never ever have been so angry in your entire life. And you may never be as angry ever again as you are going to be during this course. And there's nothing I can do to mitigate that. All I can do is just say, look, have your anger, just, use it in effective ways, use it in try to transmute it, so to speak, coming from a Napoleon Hill kind of quote. If you can transmute and transform that anger and that frustration into something else, it's good, because if you don't, the snowball effect of doing that could very well be devastating to the whole human race. There's going to be a lot of people mad. So that is my opinion on that, okay? Number two, I don't give a shit if you're confused. This whole thing is confusing. It's meant to be confusing. You are going to be confused. You may have to go through this shit 150 times. This course is going to be free. I have no obligation to you. I'm not doing this because I'm trying to repay a debt or something bad that I did or something like that. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I may answer your questions. I may not. That's up front. And if you don't get the course, if you don't understand it, watch the course again, go read some books, go on my resources section, go on my theory section, go on other people's websites, do whatever you have to do to handle your own confusions. Your confusions are not my problem. Don't make them my problem. You don't pay me. Now, with that said, if you do want to pay me some astronomically high sum of money in order for me to handle your confusions, I'd be more than happy to entertain any offer like that. And when I say astronomical, I mean tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of dollars. So if you would like to do that, please, by all means, send me an email, send me a message on my website, onestupidfuck.com, O-N-E spelled out, not the number. Please give me an offer on how I can best handle your confusions, and I will personally coach you through all this for some absolutely asinine amount of money. So I'm more than willing to do that. Please send me your offer. Okay, number 3. Again, I am for hire. I'm giving away all this shit for free, so I don't care. I'm not going to hold your dick. But if you do want to offer some kind of very, very wild sum of money for me to help you personally, I'd be more than happy to do that. So if you do need that assistance, you're more than welcome to send me a message. You're more than welcome to comment on any of my stuff or send me a message on social media. I may or may not respond, but massive sums of money, yeah, sure, okay, I'll entertain it. So be more than welcome to do that. All right, number 4, everything on this course is legal. It's going to emotionally feel extremely illegal. And it's going to be very, very upsetting. And you're going to be like, oh my God, all of this seems illegal. This is completely insane. What is this? I shouldn't even be viewing this, blah, blah, blah. So that is basically, so there's 2 words. There's the word legal, and then there's the word lawful, okay? So the word legal means in accordance with statute. Statute is basically laws that apply only to a specific group of people. You can also say the word policy, but it's generally known as statute, okay? So if you work at a bank, let's say Bank of America, there's a statute on how someone at Bank of America would act or dress or act in public, etc. And you being a part of that group, you are bound to those statutes, okay? Whereas law, like common law, okay, that's more the common laws handed down by God, or, that all humankind, all mankind, all have to follow or should follow, etc. So you have legal, which is statute, which is involving specific groups of people or specific sections, and then you have lawful, okay? Now, everything I'm going to be going over in this course is going to be described in these 2 different ways. We have lawful and we have legal, and I'm going to break them all down. Now, everything in this course is completely legal and completely lawful, okay? And I'm going to explain to you exactly why. Now, if you don't understand something in this course, don't do it. If you don't get how it could be legal or lawful, don't take actions. Any actions you take are completely on you. I was studying this stuff for maybe 7 months before I took even one single solitary action. So if it takes you a year, if it takes you a month, I know some guys who were filing affidavits day 1, which is cool. That's not me. That was cool. So very, 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 very important. This is going to feel so wrong, so illegal, so fucked up. And you have to allow yourself emotionally to get through that. I'm not saying you have to jump into action. I'm just saying you have to continue to look, continue to clear up words and definitions and dictionaries, continue to immerse yourself in this before you're going to realize exactly how it works. Now, how can something be legal and lawful? So I'm going to, almost everything in this course that I'm going to be teaching you is basically you are contracted into groups that have particular statutes that you aren't even aware of. Okay. Now, when you learn, it's like your vision's all just muddy. Okay. And what's going to happen is that you're going to learn, and I'm going to open up everything for you. And you're going to learn that, oh my God, I'm contracted over here. Oh my God, I'm contracted over here. And you're going to see what it is you're contracted to. Okay. Now, the way that you keep everything legal and lawful is as soon as you find out where you're contracted to, you don't go crazy and start taking any action until you've severed the contract and pulled yourself out of that connection. So once you pull yourself out of a particular connection, let me give you an example, a driver's license. Okay. So with a driver's license, you're contracted into all sorts of shit that you had no clue. Okay. But there's a way to change your driver's license in a way that pulls you out of all of those contracts. There's a whole bunch of them and you have no clue what they are. And they fuck up your life like you wouldn't believe. So what I'm going to be teaching you is that if you just calmly and quietly find the contract, extract yourself from the contract all the way to completion, not halfway, but you're like, okay, there I am. I'm going to extract myself from that. Done. Once you hit that point and you've extracted yourself from that particular contract, now you're no longer in the legal zone of being underneath the statute. You're now outside of that statute. So I'm actually going to draw this. This is so important as part of this. So let's say, for example, okay, a marriage. Okay, marriage, which I hate spelling. I almost always spell it wrong. So if I do, then whatever, fuck you. So you have a marriage, okay? Now, in a marriage, which I'm going to get into a lot later in the course, so you have a marriage license, okay? Now, there's an aspect of the marriage license that actually marries you to the state. Okay, so you have husband. For this purposes, I'm just going to use husband and wife because I don't give a fuck. Wife, okay, and state. And the state is right here in the middle. Now, there's a way that you can actually eliminate the state entirely. Now, because you're married into the state, there are statutes that you don't realize that you're connected into, okay? So once you remove the state from your marriage license, you also remove all the statutes. Now you're legal and lawful. So legal and lawful are very strange, unique terms, because in order to be legal and lawful, you basically either legal if you're inside this system, okay, and you have the state married into your marriage. The only way to be legal is to follow all of the statutes. And sometimes these statutes, as you guys probably know, is like books and books and books and books. It's all bullshit. They just make it up. So to be legal when you're in the system, it's like, oh my God, what am I doing? And they change it on you and you don't know. And it's like, oh my God, and all this stuff. So what I'm going to be teaching you in the course is basically how you just extract yourself from that system entirely. And those statutes, they no longer apply to you at all. So what happens at that point, you're now legal and you're lawful. And that's the basis of this entire course, okay? And when you find out the different contracts that you're connected to that you weren't aware of, that's the part you're going to get very, very fucking pissed off. So again, I recommend calm, quiet extraction. Once you've found every single fucking contract in your entire existence and you extract yourself from every single one, I would say probably at that point would be a smart place to start doing actions and start to do other things and maybe start to reach out more and that kind of thing. But you really want to get your own house in order before you start doing something like that. Like, for example, me, here I am making a free course when all I've been doing for months now is just correcting all of my own contracts. And pretty much all of my contracts, I'm working on a couple last ones right now that are really advanced. But all my contracts are done. They're all gone. So I am completely outside of the system. I am completely outside of all the statutes you can possibly even imagine. I I know my rights. I know case law. I know all this stuff. I can talk the talk. I can walk the walk, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to teach all of this to you as much as I can and as simple as I can. Just keep in mind, again, and I'm going to repeat these things over and over again because they are so important. Number one, don't get pissed off and freak out. You're going to want to. Don't do it. Two, it's not illegal. It's not unlawful. And I'll try as hard as I can to break down each point and why that is as we go so that you can see that as we go. But I don't ever recommend anything illegal or unlawful because you make yourself a target at that point. And it's just totally unnecessary. Doing something illegal and unlawful is so unnecessary. And I'm going to show you why. There's literally no reason why you do it. It's actually stupid. You just sever the contract. You find the contract, you sever it. There's nothing illegal about that. Nothing unlawful about that. It's totally normal. There's actually complete sets of laws. I'm going to show you guys breakdowns of government agencies, and they tell you straight up how to break the contract. They're like, if you want to break the contract, this is what you do. And I'm going to show it to you and show the whole thing to you step by step. And some of it might be complicated, but it's worth it. So that's another point. Okay. Point number 5. The primary barrier to doing anything in this course is either a lack of self-esteem or a lack of love for humanity. So basically, if you really don't like yourself and you can't stand up and you can't be honest with yourself and others, and you don't have some kind of love and compassion for the human race, this whole course and all the information in it's probably not going to be really all that helpful or useful for you, sadly. So you may require some self-discovery first before you get into this. If you go through this course and you find yourself just losing your mind, I recommend that you backpedal. Maybe don't do this course, or maybe just save the videos for later and focus on yourself. Read some books. Do some self-healing. Go into the forest. Whatever it is you want to do. Get some therapy. Whatever it is you want to do to really do some soul searching. Find out who you are. In my own opinion, the most powerful way that you can just blast yourself emotionally into the stratosphere is to have some kind of like really important, valuable goal in your life, like some kind of deep purpose. Like, what is it that you want to do with your life? Do you want to help certain types of people? Do you want to create some kind of thing? Do you want to do something with the world? What is it that you want to do in your life, and give yourself some big, huge fucking monster purpose? That's going to blast you into levels of living that you never even knew imagined, and it will give you the emotional bank account, to quote Dan S. Pena, the emotional bank account to be able to consume this information. If you do not have the emotional bank account to consume this information, it's okay. I fucking totally understand. Someone showed me this information like 2 years before I was willing to look at it, and it scared the absolute fucking shit out of me. So you know what? I get it. Like, if you say I'm just scared to death, I'm shitting myself, dude, trust me, I totally fucking understand. So if that's the case, do some soul searching, save the videos, come back to them later. I would expect very few people. I would be truly impressed if I met someone who was like, oh yeah, and they jumped into this right away, and it was like totally their thing, and they loved it, and they were like, oh, I'm going to do everything that Brandon's talking about here. That is a very, 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 very high level individual, very rare, very unique, very powerful. Hats off to you, man. Like, check it out. Hats off to you, because that is amazing, incredible, and rare. And like I said, it took me 2 years. I was in complete terror of this information. Then it was about 3 or 4 months of poking. And then it was about 3 or 4 months of like hardcore 2 to 7 hours a day studying and digging. And then now here where I sit right now, it was about 3 or 4 months of like hardcore action and like doing shit. So, 2.25, 2.5 years in before I even did a fucking thing. So that's really important to know. Don't beat yourself up. If you just literally want to just cry when you're watching these videos and you're going through this course, I totally get it. Okay. Doesn't mean I'm going to hold your dick unless you want to pay me tons of money, but I do understand. So I do want to say that. Okay. Oh, next point. Getting close to the end of this video. Hope I'm boring the fuck out of you. This next part here, okay, so we hear a lot about the Great Awakening. We hear a lot about, all this stuff, and there's all these things on the internet, and there's conspiracy theory and all this kind of stuff. So check this out. I'm actually going to do something here because I'm fucking real tired of the bullshit on this one. So if we go to thefreedictionary.com, okay, and we type in conspiracy. So the word conspiracy actually means an agreement to perform together an illegal, wrongful, or subversive act. Okay? So conspiracy, the definition actually means, a bunch of people or some people, somebody, obviously, coming together to perform some sort of horrible or subversive act. Okay? And then the word theory comes from a set of statements or principles devised to explain a group of facts or phenomena, especially one that has been repeatedly tested, or is widely accepted. Let's see here. A set of theorems. An assumption. Here we go. This is good. I like this one. An assumption based on limited information or knowledge. Okay, perfect. So conspiracy. Let's go back to that one because this is so fucking important because I don't want to hear anybody's fucking bullshit. So we have an agreement to perform together an illegal, wrongful, or subversive act. And then we have theory, which is the one I think applies the best here, is number 6, an assumption based on limited information or knowledge. Okay. And then what I always do whenever I'm clearing up words is I also look at the derivation of the word. So we're going to go to etymonline.com. This is my favorite. I also use another one called Etymology Explorer, which is an app, which I recommend as well. So we're going to type in here conspiracy. So the word comes from mid-14th century, a plotting of evil, unlawful design. Now remember, unlawful. So like I said before, going against the law of God, which is, human law. It's not statute. So unlawful design, a combination of persons for an evil purpose. Okay, that's good. I like that. That's and then you have conspiracy theory. So a conspiracy theory is basically some kind of theory. So it's some kind of like thing that's created using limited knowledge to make up some kind of thing where it's like a bunch of people are plotting to do something horrible to us. Okay, so I stay away from conspiracy theories as much as possible. I don't like them. I don't want them. I don't have any interest in them. I'm sure a bunch of people who are conspiracy theory type people are going to come onto these videos and they're going to get involved with this whole thing, and that's fine. I don't really care. I don't feel bad about people who like conspiracy theory. I don't hate them. I just want to be clear from the beginning that this word is like a fucking political hit piece term. And it's like, oh, slap him with the label. And then as soon as you slap him with that label, he no longer has any validity in the world. It's like cancel culture bullshit. You know what it is? It's basically someone standing up and saying, I am a fucking worthless piece of shit. I can't view anything for myself. I can't listen to anything for myself. And honestly, I should go like impale myself on a fucking graveyard fence. That's what I hear when I hear that word. It's like anything that's uncomfortable for someone to listen to, they just kind of slap that label on and it's supposed to like give them relief. It's fucking pathetic. Oh, it's so fucking pathetic. So I want to be clear about that. If there is something that's sort of like a theory or whatnot, I'll try my best to kind of label it as such, but really we're going to stay away from conspiracy theories as much as possible. I'm going to tell you hardcore what's going on and then exactly what you can do about it to change it, okay? So that is my plan. The Great Awakening is not going to come from a savior. It's not going to come from Trump. It's not going to come from anybody, okay? I don't dislike Trump. I'm not like the biggest fan in the world. I just, when you go through this course, you're going to realize pretty much all the politics is bullshit. My plan is to get you out of these systems entirely and free you 100% to the point where you no longer have any connection or interest in any of this stuff. It's all just noise, and you'll see why and what you can do about it. Okay. So, the Great Awakening is an increase of collective awareness of humanity. Okay. So the Great Awakening that has occurred a lot during COVID and stuff like that is that people are waking up to the fact that something weird is going on in the world and things aren't what they thought they were. And the world isn't this like calm, solid place that they thought it was. And they're becoming more curious about things, etc. And that's kind of where this course dovetails into that beautifully. So the Great Awakening is collective awareness increasing. Okay. So by me releasing this course, I'm contributing to the Great Awakening. By you getting fucking pissed as fuck watching these videos, being so angry that you can't even like think, and there's like heat boiling through your veins, which is probably going to happen, which I understand. It's not contributing to the Great Awakening. Contributing to the Great Awakening is amnesty, forgiveness, and the education of your friends, family, and peers. So you can share these videos. You can explain things to people in your own way. Look, I'm going to explain this shit to you in a way that I understand it. I'm not the best person at all this shit. I just think that I have a really good skill set for being able to explain really fucking complicated things in a really simple way that you can understand it through like a sequential type breakdown. I'm very, very good at that. You'll see that during these videos. I'm very fucking good at it. So there are people that are way better than I am at all of this, have way more information than me at this, but I think I'm probably one of the most interesting and most clear ones to actually have explained some of this stuff. So there's a lot of people out there that are teaching this kind of stuff. You have people like David Straight. You have people like Anna von Reitz. You have people like David Robinson. David Robinson has a bunch of books. Some of these books weren't even written by him, which is kind of weird. I've already found 3 books by him that were not actually written by him that has his name on it. So just a word of warning. Love the guy. I just don't understand why he's not putting some of the information at the beginning of the books describing and giving homage to the person who originally wrote the book. So keep in mind that is the situation. So, but he has done a huge gift for humanity by taking all of these books that were written by other people, but you can't get them anymore. Like, it's fucking impossible. Like, for example, Cracking the Code, which he sells as a book. It's either Commercial Redemption or Hardcore Redemption in Law. Those 2 books were actually written by somebody else, but you like literally can't find the books anywhere. So it's cool. Like, thank you very much. But at the same time, it's like, dude, hey, the person who wrote the book, there should be at least a little cover page in there or something like explaining that. Same thing with Miracle on Main Street, which was written by F. Tupper Saucy. Can't get the book anymore. You can get used copies, but David E. Robinson has re-released the book with whatever. I don't remember there being any mention of F. Tupper Saucy in the entire thing. So kind of not cool, but also thank you at the same time. So I want to be clear about that. All these people, all these different people that you're going to find that's teaching this shit, Christopher Hauser, these guys are fucking all awesome. And like sometimes they like fight each other or whatever, or there's like this whole battle of like who's better and who's not. And it's like, fuck all that. Just ignore all that shit. Like all these people are so dope and so amazing, and you're going to learn so much. And one of them will help you more than other ones, and you're going to connect more with another one, and then maybe you won't in a few years. Like, it's just like whatever. Like, just take it all in, take my shit, and turn around and explain it in your own way, and then you're going to become an educational source for other people, and that's how the Great Awakening is going to happen. The Great Awakening is going to happen from people who are getting educated, and then they're turning around and now educating others in their own way. When you educate other people in your own way, you're going to connect with people who enjoy your style of educating them and communicating to them. Okay. So the more different people we have teaching this stuff in all these different styles, the more people we're going to connect with. And if you would like to do that, I would strongly approve and strongly love for more and more people to take this material and to turn around and explain it in their own way to their own people and create a base of people that they're going to be educating and working with, etc. That is so fucking cool. So that is the Great Awakening. That is my vision for the Great Awakening. It has nothing to do with Washington, D.C. It has nothing to do with the government. It has nothing to do with anything. It has to do with the education of people and educating people in a way that's fun and engaging and like, wow, this is so cool, so fun, so informative, etc. Okay? So with that said, I'm really happy that you're here. I think you're going to love this course. And it's going to be probably one video per day for a series of days. It's normally how I do it. And get ready to have your fucking mind blown. All right? I'll see you at video 2.